Oke, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, I am Firdha Lestari, student from Mathematics Education Study Program Universitas Negeri Semarang. I am from Group 6 in Mathematics Learning Assessment course on this semester. In this video, I'm going to present about validity and reliability. Okay, let's start the explanation. First, we should know about the validity. What is the validity? I hope you can read my paper first before it. You can download it on this video description so you can understand it more easier. Okay, for the first, the definition of validity. Let's see in this slide from Azwar. For the first, this is from Azwar 1986. He said the validity means the extent to which the accuracy of a measuring instrument in carrying out its size function. Okay, from this definition, we can make outline or we can put to make more easier understand the definition from Azwar. He said that is accuracy and in carrying out the size of function. From the next definition, this is from Sujana 2004. He defined the validity is the accuracy of the appraisal tools against the concept being assessed to that it really assess what should be assessed. Okay, from Sujana, we know this is like Azwar, but this is more complete. That accuracy or in bahasa ketepatan appraisal tool to against the concept being assessed. So it is really assessed. Jadi benar-benar terukur what should be assessed. Apakah yang akan diukur? Sorry, I using bahasa. I think it's more easier to understand this material. And then for the next, it is from Santosa in 2005. He defined and he said that validity shows the accuracy of the measuring instrument in carrying out its measuring function. Okay, from my paper you can read that there are many definitions from other sources. And then we can conclude as the definition of validity like that. Okay, so from the description, from the many opinion, many research from previous researcher, we can conclude that a validity is the accuracy of a measuring instrument in measuring something, whether it is really measurable or not. In addition, the validity test is not only used to measure the validity of the test instrument, but is used to measure the validity of other learning instruments, such that we know there are teaching materials, learning media, and the others learning tools, maybe LKPD in bahasa or others learning tools. Okay, after that, we are going to type of validity. Okay, how about it? Okay, first, we will talk about content validity. Yes, The instrument can be said that it meets the content validity if the material to be measured through the instrument is in accordance with the material contained in applicable curriculum. Or in other source, content validity also side with curriculum validity. And in these validity types, there are two kinds of content validity, namely face validity and logical validity. Okay, we are going to the first kind of content validity. This is face validity. Okay, consider valid in face validity if the test item appear to match the variables to be measured. And then the second one about logical validity. This is about the measuring instrument depending on the extent to which the test item reflect or represent the aspect to be measured. Content validity in the practice, this validity contain the material is contain accordance, the instrument accordance with material in applicable curriculum. Okay, for the second type, this is about construct validity. Construct validity is a type of validity that shows the extent to which a test is able to measure or track or a theoretical construct, also known as a latent variable, to be measured. Okay, or this validity, construct validity, is the extent to which the scores from the measurement results of an instrument reflect the theoretical construction that underlies the preparation of instrument. In other words, construct validity refers to whether an instrument really measuring the thing. For example, to measure a student's ability, measure the student's communication skill, and the others. And then to be measured, not other variables, and the suitability of the measuring instrument to the thing to be measured. Okay, we can underline that in construct validity related that the instrument can be measured with accuracy, so the instrument not measure the other variable. Okay, going to the third type of validity. This is about criterion related validity, or we can say criterion validity. First, we can consider the valid in this validity if the test score has a correlation with the score of a criterion. This is about another test that reveals the same things, that it measures the same things, but this that is outside the test itself. And then to find out whether there is a correlation between test score and criteria score, statistical analysis is used in this validity analysis. And then based on when the criterion score was obtained, there are two kinds of related validation criterion, namely predictive validity and concurrent validity, such that first is predictive validity. This is a type of validity that used in criterion in the form of a subject's performance score in the future. Therefore, this validity is very important if a test is intended as a predictor, or we can say to predict or only predict as the same, the performance of the subjects in the future. And then the second one about concurrent validity is a type of validity that the criterion score is obtained at the same time as the score of a test or other measuring instrument by itself. I'm sorry, as the score of a test or other measuring instrument. By itself, the measuring instrument used as criterion must rival the same thing that as the measuring instrument whose validity will be estimated. A measuring instrument is concurrently considered valid if the score of measuring instrument is correlated with the criterion score. Okay, after we talk about the types of validity, we are going to this section. How about analysis of validity of instrument? Okay, we know that measure the validity we can through expert validity analysis, or in bahasa validasi ahli, that we can give some validation instrument. You can read in my paper, there is an example about the validation instrument, and then we can analyze the results by using this formula. The formula is validity SV, and then the formula is the total score from 3 validator divided by the score, the total maximum score multiplied by 100%. And then after that we can describe or we can interpret the results by using this table, score and validity criteria. Score and validity criteria. For the first score, the first range from 85,01 up to 100%, the criteria is very valid, and the second about 70,05 until 85% is quite valid, and then the third about 15,05 until 70,00%, this is not good or less valid. And then for the last, this is 1,0 up to 50%, it says that the instrument not valid. Okay, and then for the second analysis is analysis of item validity on test and non-test instrument. Talk about non-test instrument. For example, this is about questionnaire, motivation, or the others. And in this analysis, aims to determine whether each item on the test is a valid item or not. And then item validity is an item that is said to be valid if it has great support for the total score. The score cause total score to be high or to be low. In analyzing the product, we can use the product correlation formula that is used by Pearson, or we also known Pearson coefficient or correlation coefficient. You can see the formula. This is Rxy equals the n multiplied by the sum of xy minus the sum of x multiplied by the sum of y, and then divided by the root of n multiplied by the sum of x squared, and then minus the sum of x and then square multiplied by n multiplied by sum of y squared minus the sum of y quadrat. In this formula, Rx is a correlation coefficient and is the total sample. The sum of X is the total score on item that be measured. This is each item, and then Y is total score, X squared number of quadratic score on item that be measured, and then so on, the number of quadratic total score and the number of multiplications of score on item that be measured and total score. Okay, we are going to the interpretation or to the description of correlation coefficient on the validity test can be can be interpreted by two ways. First, by looking at the value of R of the correlation coefficient and interpret, for example, high correlation, sufficient, and the others. As shown in the following table, this is by Guilford, 90 and 65. I'm sorry, this is still in bahasa. Yes, you can, in this range, the description is a very high validity, medium validity, low validity, very low validity, and then is invalid. The second wise is using or is through comparing the value of R with the value of R in the RT table, so that it can be seen whether the correlation is significant or not. If the value of R is less than the critical value in the table, then the correlation is not significant, meaning the item is not valid or is invalid, and the vice versa. You can comparing R calculation and R in the table. Okay, after validity, we are going to talk about reliability. What is a reliability? From Sugiarto and Simanjutta 2006 state that reliability refers to an understanding that the instrument used in research to obtain the information used can be trusted as a data collection tool and are able to reveal actual information in the field. And then from Anastasia and Susan 2007 state the test reliability is the stability of scores obtained from the same person when retested with the same test in different situations. A test is said to be reliable if the test results are the same on a person even though retesting has been held at different times. The third from Saifuddin Azwar 2006 said the term reliability is often equated with consistency, stability, which in principle shows the extent to which the measurement can provide relatively undifferentiated results if repeated measurements are made on the same subjects. And then according to Sugiono 2016, the reliability test is a test used to adjust the accuracy of a measure or measuring instrument for its reliability. Okay, we can conclude that reliability is the consistency, accuracy, and reliability itself, or you can say it's consistency of an instrument used in measuring something, measuring ability on the others. The instrument is said to be reliable if it produces the same results even though it is done repeatedly. Okay, we are going to reliability coefficient. To see the reliability of a measuring instrument which is a value, a statistical calculation can be performed. This value is commonly known as the reliability coefficient. The reliability coefficient can be interpreted as the coefficient of constantly or stability of the measurement result. the measurement result. From the left, this is from Aricon 2010. This is the range of coefficient and the description. And then for the right state in here, from Sugiono, this is from 2017. Also, and this is the range and the description. There are many experts or many researchers define about the reliability coefficient and its description. You can choose which description that you want to use in your assessment or in your research, but in this paper I provide two from Arikunto and Sugiono. And then we can move to reliability coefficient estimation method. First, we can use a retest method. In this method, the same instrument is used the same sample group, and it is carried out twice with different implementation times. And then for the time lapse between the implementation of the first and the second test, depend on the urgency of the instrument being developed. And then for the retest method, also we can using the correlation formula to determine the coefficient. We can use the same formula from validity, but x and y defined in different type. X defined as the score in the first implementation test, and the y is the score of the second implementation test. And then the second method is parallel form. In this method, the same instrument is used in terms of material aspect, and then measure and the level of difficulty, and then the test is carried out simultaneously, so the sample takes the test simultaneously, namely in the first instrument and the parallel instrument. In retest method, the implementation is twice, and then the parallel form only one, but subjects or the sample do the question or do the instrument simultaneously from first instrument and the parallel instrument. But in this method, high accuracy is very required for parallel instrument. For developing the parallel instrument is a truly parallel same is truly parallel or is truly same with the first instrument. And then the calculation of reliability coefficient using the Pearson correlation formula. For the formula, you can read completely on my paper. I think for the next video I want to try explain about the calculation and try to give you some steps calculate the reliability and validity using some tools. And then the third reliability coefficient estimation method is internal consistency method. And there are the most method that used in research that used in a study. This method is only the one instrument. Yes, it's only one instrument, and is tested only once. Testing using this method requires the division of the instrument into parts or components that contain a certain number of grains. Among the existing methods, this method is most widely used because it's simple. And then for the calculation, there are many ways or many formula from Spearman Brown, Alpha Cronbach, and Crader Richardson and KR20 is you can read completely in my paper. As like I said before, I want to try to make video for the next topic about calculation of reliability and validity. And then for the last section, this is about relationship between validity and reliability. Sometimes we get the instrument is reliable but not valid. You can see in this picture, and then low validity and low reliability. But the third in this is the third picture show this is the instrument is not reliable and not valid. Then the last this is a both reliable and valid. Validity and reliability is a very important to assessment and in a study in researchers and research. The instrument, if this is a valid and reliable, so the result of measurement by using the instrument also is valid and reliable. So the assessment is of can be accurate, can be valid and reliable. Also the study, the result of the study can be valid. So, and then this is the factor affecting the validity and reliability. First, about the number of questions. If the number of question is high or is many question, I think this is can affect or influence the validity and reliability. And then condition for the data collection or administration. And then the third, scoring objectivity. And the fourth, the difficulty level of the instrument items. Five, the time on the first and the second data collection. This is about reliability, especially using retested method. Okay, I think that's all from my presentation. Thank you for watching this video. See you in others video, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.